Hello, my name is Amy Faith, I'm a photographer and this is my YouTube channel. Welcome to another video. And as you can tell by the title of this video, I've been to Scotland. I love Scotland. I will go to Scotland as often as I can. So when Leanne and Daniel got in touch with me and asked me if I would photograph their small kind of semi-elopement / wedding in Skye, I was like, yeah! Because I've never been to Skye before. It's a lot further north than where I've been. Tell a lie, I have been to Skye before. What are you talking about? Of course you did. I went on the ferry to Skye. The last time I went to Scotland, to the Highlands, me and my boyfriend, we went to Glencoe, we travelled around Inverness and all around Loch Ness and all that stuff, and then one day we went to Molina and we got the ferry to Skye. We were there for about an hour and we had to come back. So basically, I haven't actually, before this weekend, I hadn't actually experienced Skye. Had been there, but I'd not actually seen it properly. So this gave me a perfect opportunity to go up there, see it, experience it, take some pictures there, and just really celebrate it with a couple who are in love and who are, you know, making the ultimate commitment to one another because they're awesome human beings. I drove up there on the Saturday, took me about 11 hours. It should have only taken me 8.5 to 9, but I stopped about 20 times, of course, as you will see from the footage. I didn't take any pictures going up there other than on my vlogging camera, you know, just in between filming, because I knew on the Sunday I would be going out with my professional camera and I'd be taking pictures then. You should see me. I had my professional camera, not on a strap at all, so just holding it like a baby. And I had my vlogging camera on a strap around my neck like a tourist, and then I had my phone like an idiot, like, well, if I want to put some pictures on Instagram stories, I best do it on my phone. Oh god, I was like tourist to the max. And then when I came home, I uploaded all my wedding pictures and then deleted all my Scotland pictures. So I can't make a blog to go along with this vlog, unfortunately. But I did keep all of the footage, which you will see on this video. And then I had a free day.
You'll do.
So on the Sunday, as I said, I had a free day. So I headed out with all my cameras, as explained in the very touristy fashion. And I basically spent the entire time going between Staffing, where I was staying in a fabulous Airbnb, which I'll talk about in a bit, all the way back down to Portree, and I just headed up and down the coast road for most of the day because there were so many beautiful spots to stop at along there, most of which the names I've forgotten, except for I do remember the Old Manor Store, which was very touristy, lots of people doing the climb. There's the Kerrang, which was actually a little bit further south from me. I didn't go to that until the wedding day. So on the way back down there was another place with a big waterfall coming down the side of it, and every time I see the name I think, oh, I must remember that name and mention it in my video, and now I can't remember. Oh, Kilt? Something Kilt. Kilt, obviously Scotland. Kilt Rock, something like that. But yeah, so I stopped there as well. Went into Portree, really cute little village. Unfortunately it was a Sunday, so most things were closed because it is a very small village. Boots wasn't even open. You know, you can tell how quiet it is if Boots is not open. But there were a couple of cafes open, so I managed to go shopping, as I do everywhere I go. I like buying things. So I took a book that I had bought and I sat in a cafe and I had some lunch and I read, and it was really pretty and really quiet and really nice. Then I went back to my Airbnb and I got changed, and I went online and tried to phone a couple of restaurants to see if I could make a reservation for dinner for one. I thought it'd be fine. But on Sundays, basically the only thing to do is to eat in these beautiful restaurants. So they were packed out, they were full. Even like the fish and chip restaurants were fully booked. So I went to Co-op, got myself some picnicky food, went back to my Airbnb and just watched Netflix and just had an early night basically because it was the wedding the next day and I wanted to make sure that I was fresh, ready to go. You know, it had been a long drive the day before, my back was hurting. Fortunately, the Airbnb, the bed was really comfortable and the shower was really hot, so I was able to get rid of all my aches and pains from the drive, and yeah, I just had a nice relaxing evening. And then woke up in the morning super excited. You know, a lot of the time when I'm going to shoot weddings I feel nerves because I want to do a great job. You know, even though I'm 5 or 6 years into this, it's still a nerve-wracking experience photographing someone's, you know, one of the biggest days of their lives, basically. You know, I know there's a lot of things out there that says you shouldn't put so much onus on it being one of the most important days of your lives, because if you do that, you're more likely to feel disappointment because it didn't live up to the hype that you had in your head. But wait, it's still one of the most important days of your life. You can't get away from that. I think it's important to not think like that as you're planning the wedding, but on the day, definitely think like that. It's one of those days you're going to remember clearly for the rest of your life. So that rests very heavily on my shoulders. So I wake up on the morning of wedding feeling that, you know, sometimes just as nervous as the bride and groom. Even though I do a wedding every week, it's like it's the only one. It's like it's the most important one. Every week, that wedding is the most important wedding I've ever shot and ever will shoot until the following week. So I think the nerve situation does hinder my enjoyment sometimes, until I get in there and I'm shooting, I'm thinking this is fine, I can do this, and you know, I'm a professional. But in the morning I'm like, oh, help. But the morning of the Skye wedding, I just felt excitement. I was so excited. I was in Skye doing an elopement. I have not done an elopement before. I've not shot a wedding in the Highlands before. Super exciting. Also the fact that Leanne and Daniel are really cool cucumbers. They are just super nice. I've known Leanne for years through my sister. It was a little bit of a different inquiry because it was coming from a source from somebody I already knew. These days a lot of the people who inquire with me are strangers at first. And I've also shot a bunch of her friends' weddings. It was nice to see a lot of the same faces. So the bridal prep took place at a house that they had rented with this big, beautiful, massive window which actually spread the length from the roof down to the ground floor. You know, one whole wall was basically just glass, so that light was perfect for bridal prep. The ceremony was held at the Fairy Glen, so everyone was just stood around. She walked down, got married, there was tourists all over the place, and then we headed back to the Ferry Inn. Well, all the guests headed to the Ferry Inn. Me, the bride and the groom, went to the Kerrang, which is this basically a cliffside, and with an amazing view in the backdrop of all these different cliffs. And on that particular day it was very windy. I know I've seen some pictures from up there before where it's been breezy, but this day was windy. It was so windy we were stood literally this far apart from each other and they couldn't hear what I was saying. So windy. But it was still loads of fun and we got some great shots. Then we went back to the Ferry Inn and there was speeches and dinner and lots of hilarious because their friends are awesome. You know, it's a bunch of Scousers up in Scotland. I actually asked someone who worked at the Ferry Inn and asked who parties harder, Scousers or Scots, and he said pretty much on the same level. I'd say they both can drink very well. And that is not a surprise. And then there was an evening function which was really great. They had a band and they did the first dance and it was all very emotional because there was a father and daughter dance and it was just so cute. And then I woke up the next morning and I made my merry little way back down home. Took me 9 hours or whatever. I didn't stop as much that way because I was just miserable and tired and I wanted to get home. But I just want to make a little note right now to say thank you for the awesome Airbnb where I stayed. The name of the Airbnb was, I think it's pronounced Thai Kerrang, T-I-G-H Kerrang. I'll show you. That is its entry on Airbnb, and that is one of the, I think that's actually the room I stayed in. See how cute it is? It's adorable. It's all decorated with kind of tartan and, you know, yeah, that's my room. Ah. So it's run by Kate and her husband, I think he was called Steve, and they were characters. They were awesome. I loved them too. They had great stories. Kate and Steve were actually from, I think they said they were from Stoke or somewhere like that. So they're not Scottish themselves, but they've been there for a while and they knew the area really well. So they had loads of great tips and just, yeah, just awesome people. The location was so gorgeous. You could look out over all of Staffin and into the hills and everything. It was classed as a village, but only had maybe 2 shops and a cafe. Actually, tell a lie, there was probably 3 or 4 cafes there, but as I said, my free day was Sunday, so everyone was closed. I'm going to do a little haul right now of all the stuff that I bought while I was in Scotland, or found and picked up and just carried along with me because I like doing that kind of thing. So, first of all, here's some things that I found. Well, one thing that I found. This rather ratty looking piece of heather. So, I did actually get some heather from Ireland when I was there in 2017, and that is how pretty the heather is that came from Ireland. It was still pink because I was there in September, so it was actually just, they are buds basically. This is what heather looks like after it has been living for a while and is just on its way out and dying. So it's not the nicest heather, but it's pretty cool to see the two different types of its like lifespan. So this is Irish heather and this is Scottish heather. Next time I go to Scotland, I think I'm going to try and pick up a better and nicer piece of heather. Some ratty heather. So the next thing, oh, this is really cool. So I went to a museum, and when I say museum, it was just an old bothy. A bothy is a sort of crude home dwelling building in the middle of nowhere. One floor, very low roof, usually just 1 or 2 windows where people can stay. But this bothy had been taken over by someone and made into a prehistoric museum. So in the Isle of Skye, they're quite famous for having dinosaur footprints on a couple of the beaches, and hundreds of thousands of fossils all lying all over the beaches. The beach in Staffin is actually a really great place to go. There are some dinosaur footprints. I was going to go there one day, but the tide was in, so I wouldn't have been able to see anything, unfortunately. But I did go to this prehistoric museum. So from that museum, I also bought this 18th century bottle. How cool is that? And it will have been some sort of medicine bottle. And it's just a really beautiful turquoise colour, and you can see all the bubbles running through the glass. Yeah, and the glass is very, very thick and solid, but that is a beautiful little piece to display. And I actually have a dinosaur. Yes, I have a dinosaur. When I say dinosaur, I mean a fossil. So I picked this up, this piece of fossil. I'll let you zoom in and see that. So there you go. There's a little fossil there. I picked this up because it was a nice, good chunk, and you could tell what you were looking at on this piece. So I went and bought it, and he said, oh, hang on a minute, I think there's a piece that goes with it. I was like, goes with it? So he said, yeah, we, you know, to find these fossils, we have to chip the pieces of stone open. So this one actually has a mate. So this is the other piece, and it actually, there we go, snaps in and fits together. So this is where they will have chipped it, you know, that they don't come apart until, so that is one entire dinosaur in there. That is cool. I went to a shop called O-R, and I think there's 1 or 2 of them on Skye, and I picked up some really cool cards, like postcards, which I'm actually just going to display as pictures, and they are drawn by Dick Vincent illustration, and this one is by Phoebe Rose. So I'll show you the Dick Vincent ones first. So there's this one. I really liked the quote on this one. The quote says, too much of anything is bad, but too much good whiskey is rarely enough. And that quote is by Mark Twain, and those little legs down there are meant to be Mark Twain. Next one is, this one's really cool as well. I really like the quote on this one. It says, because in the end you won't remember the time you spent working in the office or mowing your lawn, climb that goddamn mountain. Jack Kerouac. There you go, that's that one. And this one is just very simple. The little guy there with his little pipe, and his adventure starts here. Oh, he's got his little doggy. That's cute. And then the one by Phoebe Rose, which I'm guessing is someone who lives on Skye. That is a picture of Portree, the little houses down by the water, which is really cute. So I'm going to try and frame all those at some point. In that old shop, I also bought some really beautiful books, like classics with gorgeous covers. So I'll show you them all together because they look gorgeous all together. So this is the books that I bought. Look how perfect those covers are. Oh, gold filigree. So this one is The Secret Garden. This is one of my favourite ever books to read. This is by Frances Hodgson Burnett. I mean, even look at the little sides. That is like beautifully designed. And on the back there is a quote from the book. Where you tend a rose, my lad, a thistle cannot grow. Oh, how cute. And then we have Anne of Green Gables. I've seen the show, not read the book, so I thought it might be nice to actually read the full story instead. And the quote on the back says, life is worth living as long as there's a laugh in it, which is so Anne. And then the last one is a little bit of a smaller book, and it's Black Beauty by Anna Sewell. And the quote on the back of this one, it is good people who make good places. And that is super true as well, but look at the colour of this book. Oh my gosh, that coral. And the pages just seem so nice as well. I think these are going to be very, very nice to read, you know, very satisfying. So the next shop I went to, I wanted something that was to do with Skye. So I bought this book. It's called More Tales from the Island Nurse. It says, if you like Cole the Midwife, you'll love this. And I love Cole the Midwife. So there's that, oh there she is, and that's her when she was young, I think. So yeah, that might be quite cool to read experiences of people in Skye. I also stopped at one of the best service stations in the UK, and that is Tea-Based Services. So I picked up 2 books actually. I picked up this one, so it's the Sheepstell, it's the Memoirs of a Shepherd, and I'm obsessed with all things farm. The farming industry, I just love it. I don't know why, I just think it just looks like a beautiful life, even though it's probably really difficult. That whole sort of slow living thing, getting up with the lark, that kind of stuff. But basically this is about a woman who, as a child in wartime England, decided she wanted to live somewhere wild and supremely beautiful to inhabit and work the landscape. So she was a city girl that's moved to the country to start a farm, and it's all about everything that she went through. So it's a true story. It's called The Sheepstell and it's by Janet White. So I'm looking forward to reading that. The other book I picked up was called Writing on the Road by Sue Reed Sexton. And this is a really interesting book because it's got these kind of like dust cover-esque front, which actually isn't a dust cover, it's just a bifoldy sort of thing, which is really cool. And it starts off really in a funny way actually, of her chucking a load of stuff out of the van and feeling really relieved about it and just heading off into the nowhere in Scotland and being by herself and writing, which sounds awesome to me. So I'm in the middle of reading that book. I also picked up one of these. I've been meaning to pick up one of these for a long time, and this is a metal straw. I know there's a big hype going on at the moment with all these, you know, oh, they're selling cardboard straws at McDonald's, it's the end of the world. No guys, it's the end of the world if we don't start selling paper straws. You need to sort out your priorities. Paper straws at McDonald's is not something that you need to complain about. Get a life and get a metal straw. I didn't get a cleaner with this, but you can actually buy those really small circular like wire cleaners that go in and you can get all the crap out from inside, because obviously this will be used for all different types of drinks and you'll have sugary deposits on the inside. But you can basically just throw this in a handbag, easy peasy. The first and last straw. Now I'm going to leave you with some more footage of my time in beautiful Skye. I will try and add into this video the sneak peeks that I've already edited for the couple, so you can see the pictures that I've been doing for the wedding side of this trip. But other than that, yeah, I just want you to enjoy these gorgeous pieces of footage that I made while I was stomping around the hillside in Scotland, and I can't wait to go back. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked what you've seen, please hit the like button. If you want to see more in the same vein, travel, books, photography, please hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye! Hi, I'm in my car.
Broom, broom.
I'm on the M6 North and I'm currently at Tea-Bay or Tea-Bay Services. But first I just want to show you my glasses. These are fixed with duct tape, and that means I'm driving 9 hours to Scotland with broken glasses. And they seem pretty firm right now. That's because I've only been driving for 2 hours or so. Eventually this arm will just slacken up. Yeah, so I'm about to go and get some coffee before I head up to Skye. I'm going there this weekend to shoot a wedding on Monday, and I'm really excited because the weather looks awesome and the venue looks amazing. In fact, let me just show you where we're going to do the portraits. So this, if you can see it, is the Crang, which is in Skye, about 15 minutes from the venue. It's one of the couple's favourite spots in Skye, and I just really think that if we don't do that, we will regret it. If we don't go and find some sort of backdrop like that while we're having a wedding in Skye, it's just a waste basically. And they are totally in the same mind frame as me, so that's perfect. Obviously, as a wedding photographer, you want to get the clients that love your work and want to help you achieve that work, and you want to be the photographer that will give them epic portraits that they can cherish forever. So when you get that magic combination, it works out perfectly. So I can't wait to get my teeth into that scenery and that backdrop. I'm so excited. But anyway, let's head inside. See you in a minute. boat this time though. I'm gonna drive over the bridge. Woohoo! I'm gonna be so late to get to Skye, but it's worth it. Skye, and I'm whispering because people next door, I can hear them talk, so I'm pretty sure they can hear me talk. Get a load of this view. It's incredible. Like, amazing. And now I'm gonna go downstairs and have some breakfast. My hair looks like I've slept in a bush, but I don't care. I'm just gonna stick a hat on today, I think, and then I will sort it out for tomorrow for the wedding. But the whole point of today is just to explore a little bit and go see if I can find a Highland cow. I did see a couple of Highland cows, one really close up as I was driving past today, but it was too dark, there would be no point stopping. But yeah, I think it's gonna be a nice day. I just played with a sheepdog, a real sheepdog. There is a sheep in the road. God. Why are you so massive?
Look at all those chickens.
Honestly, the scenery in this place is ridiculous. I'm trying to film it and take pictures of it, but it's not doing it any justice. It looks tiny and it looks dark, but to me it looks misty and just like some sort of film set with a CGI background. Taking a picture with my phone is always a nightmare because it's so wrapped up to show me where I'm going. I suppose I could just stand outside the car. I have to stop doing this. I never get anywhere on time. Oh, I'm back. I did it. I did it. It's ridiculous. I'm just gonna spin you around. So, I'm in a car, so maybe some stains on the mirror, on the window. But that is the old manor store from the other side. And all those over there are like layered hills. So there's like the foreground and the background and the background, and there's mist sitting on them. And I mean, it's like a painting. Hello. Hi. Good morning. I have woke up to another beautiful day in Skye, and today is the wedding day, so I am very happy. I've been online and I've been looking at basically lots of inspiration for Isle of Skye elopements and pictures of brides and grooms and the wilds, and there is a lot, but there's only a few that I think are super striking, so I'm definitely aiming for a couple of portraits that are, you know, really memorable, and I just hope that the weather plays along. I don't mind if it rains a little bit, as long as it's not a deluge, and I don't mind if it's cloudy, as long as it's not just grey, and I don't mind if it's sunny, as long as it's not just complete and utter no breaks sun. It has to be a mix of all of them, please. So yeah, I think today's going to be awesome, and I'm going to go down for breakfast now. I'll take you along with me today as much as I can. I'll probably try and film on my other camera because that's always in my hand, and I'll just combine the videos. But yeah, I've one thing I almost forgot, which I threw in my bag last night. For bums, I have green, red and yellow. I think these two will stand out the most, so I'm going to use these two. This is just a backup in case anything goes wrong. But I've used blue at the wedding yesterday, and I actually used blue, red at wedding late last year. So I'm hoping something really good comes of this one, because I'd like to mix it up. Stop right there. Hi, this is Editing Amy. Please excuse the lovely lights reflected in my glasses. I'm currently watching Eurovision. But wait, do you see what it says on the red smoke bomb that I'm holding? It says twin vent. This is something I did not realise when I set it off. So it has a vent at the top and the bottom. I was holding the bottom when I set it off. Keep watching the video and you'll see what happened to my hand. Anyway, breakfast awaits. I need coffee. Help. So I'm ready and I'm about to head out. I'm so excited. I'm gonna head out now and drive across the middle of Skye, which I've not done yet. So I've mostly driven around the coast. So it'll be nice to see inland, and also I'm gonna go past the Crang where we're going to go for portraits later. Well, we're not going to go to the actual Crang, we're going to go to the car park that looks out to the Crang, because that's only like 20 minutes in the car, and obviously we'll stop on the way. There's also a waterfall or something nearby, so we'll go to that too. But yeah, let's do this. I'm so excited.
I would walk 5
So that's that done. What a crazy day. It was so good. I didn't get to film much of it because it was just a bit non-stop, but to be honest, yeah, it was a great wedding. The people are lovely. I've done weddings for those a few times. For their group of friends anyway, and I've got a few more for them as well, one definitely. So it's really nice to see people again and again, and you get to know them a bit more, and they feel comfortable with you, and vice versa. So yeah, I'm just back at my Airbnb now. I've got a bit of a headache, and I've got myself a cup of tea. I was going to watch a little bit of Game of Thrones, but I don't think I'm going to be able to keep my eyes open. Anyway, a cup of tea is going cold, so I'm going to drink that, gulp it down, and go to sleep. I'm probably going to try and film a little bit more on the way back down. I'm going to stop at a few places. Hopefully there'll be lots more lovely views to look at, and I will speak to you when I get home. Oh, by the way, if you see my hand's quite red, that's not because I've been slapping people. I did a red smoke bomb tonight, and the thing was a dud.
Wait. Stop right there, once again. It was not a dud. You just didn't know how to use it properly. It was a twin vent.
So we set it off, put it down, and it smoked for like 10 seconds. And then when I looked at my hand, it was like completely red. Alan said the picture here. I mean, it looked like it exploded in my hand. So I got caught red-handed. Wacka wacka wacka. I'm delirious, I'm so tired. Right, anyway, I'm definitely going to say goodbye now. Good night. So I'm going to do a little bit of filming here, and hopefully no one will see me because I'm surreptitiously hiding the camera. I have just set off from my Airbnb in Skye. I'm now in Portree, and I'm about to head to Fort William to go to the chemist because this chemist here is very limited. I've got myself a coffee, and I also have myself a pastry, and I think I'm ready to go.
So here we go. Journey south. God help me, it's like 9 hours. Okay, bye-bye. Look at all these little tiny Christmas trees. This is a pretty place. I wanted to stop at some kind of foresty places on the way back down because on the way up it was just mostly hillsides. But there are a couple of midges flying around, so I don't want to stay out here too long, otherwise I'm going to get bitten. But yeah, when there's no cars going past, it's super peaceful here.
Oh, new lighting. I'm probably going to watch this footage later and be like, bitch, the hair! Okay. I'm already tired. It's not a good sign. Insert clips, Scotland. Pretty, pretty, pretty. And in. Maybe I should play some Outlander music or something over it. No, that's Harry Potter. Oh, I hate the fact that my neighbours can see me. They never used to be able to see me because I never used lights. And now I'm using a new light and I am basically putting on a show. Oh no, it's good. Neither of them are home. Woohoo! Except for the one who never opens his curtains. So, we are alone. Wasp! No! Ah! Ah! I'm sorry you had to see that.